All right, bingo. All right, what's up, everybody? It is your good old boy, Juan Rodriguez, good old JR, Junior, whatever, man. Whatever works for you. I got my buddy, as always, Brandon, joining us as always. Gonna do his. We're here because it is Wednesday, and it's not because, we have an important announcement. It's just week 4 of the NFL season, man.
That's a
Nothing
very
too
important
crazy.
announcement. It's week 4 of the NFL season.
I mean, it's the quarter of the season already. It comes just like that, just like that. So many surprises and so little time to dissect every single surprise. But
Yeah.
we are here to make our predictions for week 4. And Brandon, you ready to go?
I'm ready, man.
Okay, well, let's start off the festivities with tomorrow's Thursday night football game. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, Brandon, give it to me straight, man. Who wins and why?
Is this really a question? I guess is this really the question? It's like who wins and why? The team that's not Jacksonville. The team that's not Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Listen,
go with
yeah, yeah.
it's
Like
I'm assuming you got the Bengals as well.
I got Cincinnati routing Jacksonville. I got
Yeah, especially at
Jacksonville.
Cincinnati. I mean,
Like
look,
it's
hey,
like
look, go ahead. You go
nah.
ahead.
I feel like Jacksonville just traded their cornerback like this week. Like they just traded him. They just gave him up just for what, a third rounder. Like, come on, man. Do you even want to play this season? Urban Meyer. Like, do you even want to coach in the NFL?
Not
I mean, you
anymore.
probably want to coach, but you don't want to coach in the NFL. Like, come on. You tell
Yeah.
Denver's head coach, man,
Well,
I'm
I mean,
playing Bama every week. You tell
I'll give.
Denver head coach is like playing Bama every week. That's not good. I don't think that's a good idea to tell a professional head coach, hey man, this is like playing Bama every week. Lord, this is not good. No, I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty much better than Bama. I'm pretty sure.
Like, I'm sure your team is better than Alabama right now. As much as you don't want to believe it, I guarantee you Detroit might be better than Alabama. Just trust
Detroit,
me on it.
Detroit.
Okay, and it's like, but you know what? I'm gonna give it up to Urban Meyer just due to the fact that he's gonna last the whole season, and at least he didn't run away like a little baby back. You know what? Like Nick Saban. But anyway, that's another
Or Bobby
conversation.
Petrino. Who knows?
But that's another conversation for another time. Yeah, I got the Bengals too.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. So moving on, we got the
Really move on.
Chiefs. We got the Chiefs taking on the Eagles. The Eagles getting embarrassed on Monday Night Football, and well, he might not looking at number twos, but it sounds like the Eagles are about to lose back-to-back games. I got the Chiefs in this one.
Okay. Last week, I chose the Chargers. The reason why I chose the Chargers because I didn't trust the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Still don't trust Kansas City Chiefs defense, but the way they got blown out Monday night against Dallas on Monday Night Football, and now you're going up against a Kansas City team who just lost at home as well, and they're also just lost back-to-back games. Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill is going to have at least 200 yards by themselves. Patrick Mahomes going to go for 400. They're going to route Philly too. It's not going to be good. I think Jalen Hurts, though, is going to have a better game than he did Monday night because Kansas City has no defense.
I mean, yeah, they'll look better, but I mean, when you look talent-wise,
it's not the same.
yeah, it's not the same.
It's
Give me the Chiefs over the Eagles. So
yeah,
I'm assuming you got the Chiefs as well.
I got Kansas City too.
Okay, so here we go. Panthers, Cowboys. So the Panthers are surprising 3-0. They've, beat the Jets, beat the Texans, and they beat the New Orleans Saints. The Cowboys 2-1. They've won back-to-back games now. They could be, shoulda, coulda, woulda, could have been 3-0 had Dak Prescott not thrown that costly interception at the end, and that they would have scored for the touchdown instead
And
of
maybe
the field goal.
if the refs would have probably, I don't know, called pass interference on Chris Godwin.
That could help too. That could have helped too.
Just
But
saying.
both teams kind of riding high right now. And, both teams really feeling themselves saying, okay, I think this could be the time where we could turn the page. And week 4 is always kind of the one where it's like you kind of want to end off the first quarter of the season on kind of like a good note. Because that kind of gives you just kind of like a breath of fresh air. For me this week, I'm actually going to go with the Cowboys on this one. I just think, yeah, the Panthers defense looks nice, but really, Jets offense, the Saints had a bad week, and really, the Houston Texans,
Yeah.
the Cowboys at least have been competitive in every single game, and I expect the defense of the Cowboys to get better. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys in this one.
Yeah. When I was talking about the Jaguars trading a cornerback away for a third rounder, they traded him to Carolina. Here's the problem. Carolina, you fixed the defense that really didn't need fixing. I mean, you kind of have cornerbacks. Yes, you lost your rookie for a while. But did you really need to trade for a goddamn cornerback? Did you really need to trade for a cornerback? What you really need to trade it for was pass protection. Because you have none. The Texans got to you last week. Houston has no damn defense. None. I've seen them. They're not good. They're not really good. The only team they really got to was Jacksonville. Currently, that's their only win this season. And we just talked about Jacksonville, and they have no chance in hell of probably winning the game this year. So, you didn't trade for any of that. You got a cornerback that you probably won't use that much when your rookie comes back. And you're going against Micah Parsons, who is Khalil Mack before he met Matt Nagy. Like, dude, this is not good. This is not going to be a good game.
This ain't going to be pretty for nobody.
It's not going to be good. Michael Parsons is a man. That dude's coming. Sam Darnold, I hope you're ready. And plus, on top of that, you don't have Christian McCaffrey, my guy. Like, that's your offense right there. That's your offense. Like, no Christian McCaffrey? All right, Sam Darnold, we're really about to see what you could be because you have now no running game. You have no surprise element. The defense doesn't really have.
There's no good factor. There is no X factor for Carolina at this point. There's nothing.
Like, this is what Carolina. This is the game where you're gonna see. Okay, Carolina really isn't 3-0 like we thought they are. Like you played the Saints. This is gonna be Carolina versus the Saints. Carolina's gonna be the Saints, and Dallas is gonna be Carolina.
I mean, for me, it's just too easy. I got to go with the Cowboys here because even if Christian McCaffrey was back, the offense for Dallas is just going to be way too dynamic for Carolina to hold down anyway. So give me Dallas. Give me Dallas.
Also, I trust Dallas offensive line way more.
Even at 50% healthy. Yeah,
I trust Dallas way more. Dallas wins this game. It's going to be a defensive battle. Carolina's defense is going to keep them in the game for as long as they could, and then it's just
too much.
It's just too much. It's just too much.
So, all right. So far, it looks like we've agreed in every game so far. Here we go. Now, this is one that we might disagree on, and you'll laugh when I tell you the two team names. Tennessee versus the Jets. All right. The reason I say this is because, look, man, Tennessee's dealing with a lot right now. Julio Jones might be out. A.J. Brown might be out. This might be, I mean, they've already closed the door on A.J. Brown playing this week. That's already a done deal. Now, Julio Jones, he still has a couple days to kind of see what the basis is, see how he does and everything. And the Jets, they really don't have nobody. They really don't. I mean, Corey Davis is nice. You know, all those guys are nice. The problem is it's like your offensive line is getting hurt. Your defensive players are going down like flies. And look, to be honest with you, even if it was just Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, that's already still a lot. That's still much better talent. Those two guys are more talented than the whole New York Jets football team. So, yeah, give me the Tennessee Titans on this one.
I don't know why you said we're going to split on this because I'm going with Tennessee too. I think Doug Harris is going to have like a 200-yard rushing.
Yeah, because there's some people at the NFL Network saying, "Oh, the Jets might have a chance. They might have caught a break."
Yeah, the Jets are going to have a chance. The Jets are going to have the chance when Zach Wilson doesn't play a real defense. Like when he's playing like Alabama. Like that might be the only chance. With the Jets roster, he plays Alabama. That's the only chance he might have. Like because he doesn't have a chance. Like I'd rather take Derrick Henry in Ryan Tannehill is whatever. But
put it this way, I'd rather take Derrick Henry against that defense than Zach Wilson against the Titans defense. Let's put it that way. And it's not to say that both are bad. Well, okay, they're pretty rough. They're pretty rough around the edges. But it's like whose defense is probably worse and who can probably take advantage. Derrick Henry can take advantage of a New York Jets defense. So give me the Titans
Yeah.
on this one.
I mean, it's going to be a defensive battle. I do believe Jets have some defense, and of course, like you just said, 2 receivers are out for the Tennessee Titans. That's a very big thing because Ryan Tannehill isn't really
one is out. The other one is kind of like on the fringe. I mean,
well, if Julio's playing and he's at least healthy enough, I got Tennessee. Like easy. Like you just have to catch like 2 or 3 catches because Derrick Henry's clearly going to do the rest. Like just run the ball, man. just run the ball. We're good.
Well, here we go. Let's keep it going with another exciting matchup. Giants Saints. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Go
New
first.
York Giants. The New York Giants blew it last week.
Yes,
they want redemption.
Yeah.
They knew they had the Falcons. They had them.
Yeah.
They had them.
Yeah.
They want redemption. John Morrow got booed on his own field. Now he wants to go to New Orleans and take back some revenge. He wants that. Doesn't mean it's going to happen because I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints on this one. John Morrow can want all that. He can knock as many trash cans as he wants. Doesn't mean he's going to get what he wants. So give me the New Orleans Saints over the New York Giants. And I shouldn't even be discussing about this. The Saints are going to just take advantage of an already porous offensive line the New York Giants do have. Cameron Hayward and the rest of the gang are going to get after him. And Malcolm Jenkins, I'm expecting a pick 6 out of him this week. So give me the Saints over the Giants.
Now, if this is just a normal game, I'd be like, yeah, Saints probably would come out really lax days are cool, like they did against Carolina. Team won't show up. Maybe the Giants can kind of catch them off guard, maybe. But this isn't a normal game. Here's the problem with this. Nobody's talking about this. This is the opener
of this exactly.
Saints home. They are back home.
Exactly.
They're gonna rout the hell out of the Giants. They're gonna destroy Daniel Jones. You think he is like this is gonna be a bad game for Daniel Jones. I really feel bad for this guy. Like he's gonna look, I think he's gonna catch the Saints off guard defensively, like maybe once or twice. They're gonna get touchdowns off of that. But after that, second half comes, it really relies on Jameis Winston. If you could just stop trying to look for the damn deep ball, just take your check downs, get off the field, do that. We're gonna win this game easy. It's all on Jameis Winston because he's like looking for something deep every damn play. It's like, dude, just take the damn check down, give it to Alvin Kamara.
I'll put it to you like this. When I put it, it's just one of those things where now the conversation really does have to begin. Is Joe Judge really the same guy for the job? Because remember, Kenny Golladay came in and he's already cursing out Jason Garrett. He's already kind of questioning the decisions of the staff. And it's like, hey, look, man, Detroit wasn't treating you any better, but really.
I'm like, you can't really complain. I mean, you just came from hell to the next level of hell. Like, it's not really like you got out of the fire yet, man. Like you're still there. Like, at least your team is more competitive. I would say that. At least you're more competitive this year.
I bet you the Giants and Detroit were to play right now, my money's on Detroit. My money's on Detroit. And I'll explain that to you right now, later down the road.
We can talk about it right now. I mean, that could be the next game we want to talk about. I mean, it kind of could be the next game.
We'll get there. We'll get there because there's another conversation that's part of that game, but we'll get there. Now,
I got the Saints routing the Giants easy. They're going to be wearing their black uniforms, black on black. They're going to go in the Superdome. It's going to be crazy. If Jameis Winston could just, God almighty, please just throw the damn ball. Check downs. Find a deep ball later on in the game. It's going to be there because
or just give it to Kamara, let him get some pressure off you, and you're good to go.
And yeah, that would work even more because I have Kamara as a fantasy football, so that works even more.
Bingo. Now, next game. This one's actually going to be a very, very fun topic for us because this is a game where we should have a clear winner, but do we really have a clear winner? It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Now, here's the thing. Cleveland, look, they could be 3-0, shoulda, coulda, woulda, whatever. They blew it week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, now Same thing could be said about the Kansas City Chiefs. They could be 0-3, but they came back. Yada yada. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Records are records because of what the final score says.
Yep.
But let's really give props to Minnesota. They're not winning. Obviously, they just got their first win over an upset against Seattle.
Was it really an upset?
I mean, in a sense, it kind of was because everybody kind of expected Seattle to kind of, again, Seattle, I mean, 10 times over. How many times are you going to pick Seattle over Minnesota right now?
Yeah.
If you're just looking at the roster.
Yeah.
Because are you going to say that Kirk Cousins can really outduel Russell Wilson 10 times over?
Plus, without Dalvin Cook, that was kind of like a shocker in his own self.
Exactly. So, again, to me, I'm going to go Browns here because they need to keep that momentum going. But I don't think it's going to come as easy as people are going to make it seem. I think the Vikings, they're going to prove a point that they're competitive. They're competitive. They just don't know how to close out games from what I've seen. But I'm still going to go with the Browns on this one only because the offensive line's healthier. The running back situation's better. And even with Dalvin Cook, you still need him because you can't rely on Kirk Cousins to bail you out every single game. Even though Kirk Cousins has been playing as good as you want him to play, you can't expect him to bail you out every single time. So for me, I'm going to go with the Browns here on this one.
I got the Browns too. But I think I'm just like you. It's going to be very competitive. Dalvin Cook might play in this game. They're saying they're optimistic about him playing. So, I mean, look, but I just trust the Browns a little bit more. I think last week, the way the Browns defense finally stepped up, I think they're going to finally wake up. I think that was the biggest wake-up call you could have got. Like, they gifted you a rookie, and you sacked them 9 times. Like, they gifted you that. Now you go into Minnesota, and, yeah, Minnesota could be, a team that was kind of like eerie. Their first 2 games are on the road, I think. So it's kind of like maybe they just need to go home and figure it out that way. But I think also Minnesota is still one of those teams that could just moonwalk through games. And I think they think just because
we don't know what Minnesota is really. We really don't know what they are.
They're not.
We know this much. They're going to play until the final whistle. It's just I can't count on them to know how to close out a game.
I don't.
Because with the Minnesota game victory last week, it's like, dude, it was more to the fact that Seattle keep blowing it than Minnesota actually taking care of business. Yeah. I need to see Minnesota actually close one out.
Yeah, because
I don't think it's going to be this week because I trust Cleveland just a little bit more. So I'm going to go with the Browns on this one.
I think also like last week with Seattle, they were up 17-7. It wasn't like they just completely like Minnesota just completely just like Seattle screwed up a lot in that game. Like they
really did.
And they literally let them score 23 unanswered points. Like that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a continuous motion for Seattle if they can't figure this out. So, definitely. But I guess in this case, we both got the Browns here.
Yeah, Cleveland. Yeah.
Now here we go. We have these next game with a lot of implications apparently because of the rumor mill. We have the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. That's right. I said it, the Detroit Lions. All right. And look, let's really talk about the Lions here. I get it. They're 0-3, but do they really look as bad as people say they look?
They don't. They really don't.
I mean, what if?
We gave them props last week. We actually gave them their props last week. We showed them love.
Let's really dissect this. What if, maybe Jared Goff didn't fit in Sean McVay's system. Okay. But there was still a reason he went number 1 overall.
True.
He went number 1 overall because he was a pro-ready quarterback.
True. And
what if he's the perfect fit for Detroit right now? And listen, you don't have to make that decision if you're Detroit, but you have to feel pretty good that you got 2 first-rounders and we got our franchise left tackle, Penny Sewell, who's been, by the way, playing really good as a rookie.
Yeah.
You can maybe make a case now that, hey, maybe Jared Goff can do something with us. We could just get him a couple receivers, get him a tight end, keep building on that
Oh, they
defense.
got a tight end. They got a tight end. They got running backs too.
Well, I'm talking about receivers. Like, get a true legit number one.
Yeah.
A true number one. And once December's here, that's when we're really going to see what's going to happen. And I mean, I'd be laughing my ass off if, hey, I know Devontae Adams is going to come back to Green Bay. So, just saying. I'm just saying, but now there are implications because there are rumor mills. And, it's too early in the season for rumor mills, but one kind of got away. There is a rumor out there saying if the Chicago Bears do lose this game, Matt Nagy can go because of this mishandlement of Justin Fields. Now, me and you have been advocating for Justin Fields, starting and everything, and I get it. Getting sacked 9 times, sometimes that's on the quarterback, sometimes that's on the offensive line. And, Justin Fields deserves some blame too because, remember, he was playing the game as well. But I just did not like the way that Matt Nagy's game plan was for that game. It was pretty terrible. And it looks like Matt Nagy looks like a coach that has no more motivation to keep this thing going. You wasted the prime of what could have been a legendary defense. You wasted their prime. You have arguably one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL in Allen Robinson. Okay, and I always tell my friends this, pray for Allen Robinson. Not because he's hurt or anything, because he's dying, is because he has Blake Bortles, he has Gardner Minshew, he has somebody else. He has Mitchell Trubisky throwing it to him, and he's still putting out 12 to 1,400 yards a season, and nobody wants to talk about that. Mm. Okay, Allen Robinson is one of the most underrated, and I think if he keeps going the way he is, he will sneak into the top 5 very, very soon. My thing is, Matt Nagy just, to me, it looks like he lost all confidence or he just lost all motivation to be a head coach. I mean, his press conferences are atrocious. He looks like a man that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's not going to fire himself. That's why, for the sake of Chicago, I'm picking the Lions this week. I am picking my Detroit Lions this week because I would love to see that man lose to the Detroit Lions, and that's how you lost your job. You lost to the Detroit Lions. That's how you deserve to get fired. There is no better way than to get fired in the NFL than losing to the new and improved Detroit Lions. Lions pride, baby. Go Lions.
What's the old saying in the NFL? If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. Mm-hmm. But the way it sounds is you got 3 quarterbacks. So what the fuck does that mean?
You're impulsive as fuck. That means you're impulsive as fuck.
Oh my God. What does that mean? You have 3 quarterbacks, you're saying, well, anybody can start. Like, that's not good. That's not a good thing to say. That's not something you should be saying as a head coach. I don't know. I'm gonna just roll one out there. We're gonna see. It's just like that's not good. It's not good.
Impulsive. You're indecisive.
Oh my God, it's not good. It's like, dude, you're not even now. You don't know a game plan. You don't have a game plan. It's kind of like you're going to 3 different quarterbacks saying, "Well, this is how we're going to do it." That's stupid. That's very dumb of you.
You're going to do it. Come on, Lions.
Listen. I feel like this. I feel like last week when you hear a reporter on ESPN today say she covered the game last week for the Browns and the Bears and said the Browns team defense went over to the sideline, was like, dude, this is the same offense. They haven't changed it up. They were anticipating something new because Justin Fields was starting. It was like it was the same damn offense. The same offense they was watching on tape for the last couple of weeks. It was the same thing. Nothing changed. So that's why they got to him 9 times, because it was the same offense. It's like you proved a point last week. That wasn't even trying to get this kid, because you kept screaming, he's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. Then your starting quarterback is injured, and all of a sudden he's ready now? It sounds very dumb to me. It sounds very stupid to be like, let me throw him into the fire against the Cleveland freaking Browns, who, might not have been a good defense at that moment, but still has Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Denzel Ward. Like, dude, know your team. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, that wasn't smart. That wasn't even a good idea. Like, as a head coach, that was very stupid. You try to prove a point that Justin Fields wasn't ready for the NFL. Now
Nobody would be ready.
Yeah.
Nobody would be ready.
Yeah, like now it makes you look like you're an inept coach. Like, get his ass ready. This is what you're supposed to do as a head coach. And you're supposed to be an offensive coordinator. That's what you came from as Kansas City. Like, that was supposed to be your job, to be an offensive coordinator. Really? And that's what your offense look like? What, a rookie quarterback that's that damn dynamic, and that's the offense you rolled out on the football field? You deserve to get fired that day. Like, literally the day after. You deserve to get fired then. Now you're saying you have
and that's why I am rooting for the Lions this week, because
like I said today, I posted it on social media. I said, when the Bears fire Matt Nagy, they need to call Kansas City immediately and see how much it would cost to get Eric Bieniemy. That's a real offensive coordinator. That's a real head coach. That's a guy that can really get
that might have to wait till next year.
I mean, you never know.
Because of the whole Andy Reid situation, we don't know how serious that is. And I'm hoping for the best for Andy, because it's like, because you don't. I mean, come on, dude. Like, you think I want to see a game, and come on, like, no, I did not go for that. So I hope he's. My thing is, I hope he kind of takes time away to kind of just look at it and, it's okay.
Yeah.
But who do you got? You got the Lions or you got the Bears?
But look, to save, like you just said, to save the Chicago Bears, please, Detroit, beat them. Detroit looks like a better team. Like,
here's the thing. I'm sure the experts and everybody, they're going to pick Chicago. But America, we're America. We're the NFL America. We are cheering for Detroit to save the Chicago Bears. That's what we're doing.
If you really do think Justin Fields is the future of your team, I would try everything in my power to throw this game out of Chicago. Because clearly Matt Nagy doesn't like this kid, don't know what the hell to do with this kid. You just had Mitchell Trubisky, who isn't as even athletic as Justin Fields, but he could at least have some running games here and there, and you still didn't know what the hell to do. I saw Mitchell Trubisky come back to Chicago during preseason, and he actually looked like an NFL quarterback. How? That was preseason, yeah, but he looked like a goddamn NFL quarterback. And a way different system because of Buffalo.
Night and day.
I got Detroit, and I got Detroit. They get their first win. Congratulations. Lions pride, baby. Lions pride.
Yeah, I finally got him. I told you I was going to get him one day, guys. I got him. Lions pride. Yeah, man. It comes at the expense of another fan base, but yeah, man. Yeah. Now, here we go. We're going to move quickly here. Texans, Bills.
Is that really a question? Buffalo.
Buffalo. All right, here we go. Colts, Dolphins. Now, this one I do want to talk to you about, because this is very interesting. Okay. The Colts were, at least in some people's eyes, contention to make a deep run at the playoffs. It looks like it's time to hit that panic button if I'm Indy. I mean, I'm right there next to that button. Because the thing with the Dolphins is this. I get it. Is their offensive line pretty rough? Yeah. Is their running game non-existent? Okay, sometimes. But I think Jacoby Brissett can bring a different element to this offense that will help at least Miami add lip to at least give the defense a break. Because remember, the Raiders were supposed to kind of not blow them out, but they weren't supposed to be that close. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I give credit to the Dolphins for going into Vegas and doing their thing and, almost coming away with the victory. Now, a couple hiccups here and there, yada, 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 shoulda, coulda, woulda. I just think right now Jacoby Brissett is probably a better quarterback in this situation than Tua. And like you said, I don't know if the organization is trying to force feed Tua to Brian Flores, but if the organization can back off and just let Brian Flores do his thing and just look, right now, today is Jacoby Brissett. In the future, it could be Tua. But I think right now, because of this situation, I still have to see it. And with the Colts, it's dude, I just saw Darius Leonard get run over by Derrick Henry last week. Your quarterback situation is this. He broke his ankle. He broke 2 ankles on the same play. This was very hard for me to choose. And on top of that, Marlon Mack's not going to play again because he is rumored to be on the trading block.
Oh, he asked. They mutually agreed that they're going.
Yeah, and I get it. Jonathan Taylor's a starter. Cool. I'm healthy. I'm outperforming him. But yeah, I'll take my starting a bit. I'll take my starting capability somewhere else.
Yeah.
Baltimore, if you're listening.
Hey.
San Francisco, if you're listening. Just saying, just naming up a couple teams. Raiders, if you're listening, because you don't know the stance of Josh Jacobs' freaking injury. So all I'm saying is, in this case, though, I want to believe in the Colts. I think they should find a way to win this game. But I am going to go with the Miami Dolphins on this one. I think they
Wow.
Yeah, and if Miami does win, it is panic mode in Indianapolis. It is Armageddon in the city of Indianapolis.
Wow. I'm shocked that you would do that because I'm going with Miami too. I'm going with Miami too. I don't trust Indiana, the coach, for anything. I don't trust him. I cannot trust the coach right now. Quentin Nelson left the game again last week. I don't know if he's playing this week. Still up in the air. That's your best offensive lineman, and he's 50-50 damn near every game.
There's a conversation to be had that might be their best offensive player.
That literally could be. And then you're about to trade Marlon Mack, and because Hines continues to take his reps, and it's listen, you swung. You took a big, huge swing for Carson Wentz, and it's starting to look like you fucked up very bad because it is not good. This man is not healthy. Every game.
How funny is this, though? What if Jacoby Brissett was still there?
And that's where
because now it's a better team. It's a better defense, a better offensive line opportunity that Jacoby Brissett never got, that Phillip Rivers never got. And this is funny. They're going to play against Jacoby Brissett, who the offensive line is pretty bad. Okay, the Raiders proved that. Every team has proved that Miami has no offensive line, especially when it comes to the pass rush.
Yep.
They can't run because whether Myles Gaskins forgot how to play running back or whatever, he can't play. And the wide receivers, I mean, I get it. Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, it's cool, but I mean, they're not blowing anybody away. But I'm just saying, for the time being, I think this is a game that Miami can pull away and break 500 and just be like, hey, look, we're 500. Let's just
figure it out.
And let's figure it out from there.
It's funny that you said this earlier, Joe Judge, because they're calling for Brian Flores' job. It's kind of funny because it's like, dude, do y'all see the Giants or do you see Miami? Like, what is going on? Like, y'all calling for Brian Flores' job, but you're not calling for Joe Judge's. I don't understand this. So
I will bring up that I bring it up because it's like, dude, like a dude just got in there and started yelling at your offensive coordinator 2 weeks into the season.
Yeah.
He's questioning the staff. So that's my thing. Like,
I think it's also look at the receiver you drafted. You drafted Jerry Waddle to be something for Tua, but he had his best game with Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, Jalen Waddle was looking amazing.
He had his best game with Jacoby Brissett. Like, that tells me all you need to know about Miami. The defense is supposed to be the hat. You know, it's supposed to be where you lie your hat. That's where it's supposed to be. The defense looked pretty good last week. It wasn't, the Raiders are going to.
Yeah, okay, look, I get it. The Raiders offense, they can go up at any time.
Yeah.
But, the defense did everything they could to help Jacoby Brissett. That's the thing. It's just they caught the Raiders kind of like at a bad time, and the Raiders were starting to feel themselves. They were meshing quicker than Miami. So I think now that they got a week under them, that's why I'm going to go Miami over Indianapolis.
Because I feel like the coach is just too many damn questions. It's just like Chicago. It's too many questions for the coach.
And you can't fire the head coach because he just got there. But here's the thing. if he thought it was going to be easy, I mean, it should have been easy, Trent, but it's been anything but that. But I got the Dolphins. You got the Dolphins.
Yeah, I got the
It just seems like everybody's kind of losing faith on Indy here. So
I'm losing faith in Carson Wentz because it's
yeah,
just like,
it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
It's bad.
Now, here we go. Next one. We got the Washington football team taking on the Atlanta Falcons. So the Falcons finally get the first win of the season. They beat the New York Giants. Whoopity freaking do. Washington football team got they were down, they were up, they were down, they were up, and then they went down finally to Washington or to Buffalo last week. It was just about to happen. And speaking of defenses that have been underwhelming, Washington football's defense is very, very underwhelming so far. They have not been able to stop nobody. And that's the thing. It's like I think everybody in Washington declared, was kind of hoping as long as Washington plays at that high level again, and as long as the offense can be even keel, now it's like, man, the offense is killing it, but the defense hasn't been able to stop anybody. I think that changes this week. I think it changes this week because if the Washington football team defense cannot stop Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts, that's all you have to stop. Maybe Cordell Patterson if they get in the red zone, whatever the case may be. But if Washington gives up a little chunk of yards again, Dallas is going to run away with this division. But I think for this case, I got Washington over Atlanta.
I got Washington winning this in a rout. I think Chase Young is going to have a field day. I think Chase Young is going to have a field day. Listen, this is the easiest game I think I'm going to call this whole week. It's because Washington hears this and they see the division. It's literally Dallas and nobody because you don't really trust the Giants. You really don't have faith in Philly. It's like, dude, this is the only team you got to really worry about is Dallas. And right now, you're behind the A-ball against Dallas. Listen, I like Tyler Heineke way more than Matt Ryan. Washington has way more weapons on offense than Atlanta does. And I think their defense is going to finally have to wake up. And this is the best time to do it. If you don't do it this week, you might as well just pack it up and go into next year. Because how the hell you do something?
I mean, we're talking about underwhelming defenses. The Colts were one of those defenses where the Colts can be very easily into the top 5. And that's what we all kind of thought Washington was already. But so far, it's been anything but that. It's been anything but a top 5 defense for Washington. So
I don't know if it's just because they can't get pressure. I'm assuming they just can't get pressure. That might be the reason because last year it was just about getting to the
quarterback. Jack Del Rio switched up the system, but whatever just bring it back. Just bring that same thing back.
That was working. I don't know if y'all got too damn fancy now with it and thought, oh, we can just do anything. No, you can't. No, you can't.
No, you gotta keep. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the way I see it. But I agree with you. I think Washington's defensive line is going to have a field day against Atlanta's O-line, and I don't think it's going to be even close. Give me Washington over Atlanta. Now here we go. This is an interesting matchup to me because it's two teams that are playing in the hardest divisions to me in all of football, the NFC West.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Seahawks. We got the 49ers. Now, the Seahawks have dropped their last 2.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't really expecting that. The 49ers played a hell of a game against Green Bay. It's just 37 seconds is way too much for Aaron Rodgers.
I think 20 seconds would have been too damn much for Aaron Rodgers.
And the way it looked like, you're probably right. But I will give this, though. Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, they were down 17-0, and he, for all the criticism and for all the crap that he takes, he drove the 49ers. And if it wasn't for him, the way he played, it could have gone uglier really, really bad, really, really fast. And see, this is the thing with Seattle. I know they're a team that likes to play in San Francisco. They love playing in San Francisco. They have good history at San Francisco recently with Russell Wilson. It's just, damn, that Seattle defense, man, that's bad. Even with or without Jamal Adams. And I thought about this, and I said, man, do I really want to be that guy? Do I want to be that guy? Well, I'm not going to be that guy this week. Give me the 49ers over Seattle. And it's not to say that Russell Wilson or Russell Wilson's going to do his thing. It's just Jimmy Garoppolo is going to do his thing too against the Seattle defense. If Ryan Tannehill can get his way with it, so can Jimmy G. Give me the 49ers over the Seattle Seahawks.
This is literally where Kyle Shanahan shines, because he is going to have an amazing game plan for Seattle's defense. He has been watching his defense and like, oh, we got week 4. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Listen, I like Russell Wilson. I think he's an amazing quarterback. Like I've been saying, we keep talking about Aaron Rodgers. We act like Russell Wilson wasn't also asking for a goddamn trade during the offseason either. He is going to leave Seattle. This is the reason why. Because they have nothing else. It's him or nothing. And that's a problem. When a quarterback has... Come on. You know it's just him or nothing. That defense has no pressure.
Well, if Russell Wilson goes down, then yeah. But I mean, DK Metcalf can't play in the NFL. Tyler Lockett can play. Chris Carson can play in the NFL. I don't think they're just going to be as bigger names because they're somewhere else.
His name. How many touchdowns did DK Metcalf have?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
About as me and you combined?
I said that is because we had this debate earlier. First episodes we ever done. Is DK Metcalf a top 5 receiver? And all of us pretty much said no. We all said no. And we're seeing it right now because Russell Wilson ain't even trying to throw it to him when it's touchdown time.
And that's the thing. I think people just got enamored with the way he looked. And it's like, okay, great. Look, he did good. But he has to do something else. Like, there's something missing to his game.
Everybody's talking about, like, this chase down block he did last year against Arizona. But what else did he do? Like, what else did he do? And that's the thing. Tyler Lockett is still Russell Wilson's number 1 threat. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And here's the thing. San Francisco knows that. They know this like the back of their hands. They play this team.
Terrace Tartt is going to go after Tyler Lockett. That's his guy.
Every year, they play this team. They play this team 2 times a year. They know Tyler Lockett is on the road this year. But this is not good because I don't trust Seattle's O-line still. Nick Bosa.
Fred Warner's all over Chris Carson, so that's out.
And now, Jared Everett is on the COVID list. Like, dude, what's going to happen now? Because Seattle, you have now your tight end gone, technically. Probably the whole tight end room, possibly. And whoever was around him, probably on the charts too, like on that list too. So now you got a problem, Seattle. What are you going to do? I know what you're going to do. You're going to lose. That's what you're going to do. You're going to lose to San Francisco because I got the 49ers too. You're going to lose. You're going to go to 1-3.
Have you really picked? We picked everybody the same.
It's pretty much been the same.
Okay, so here we go. Now this one could be our splitting hairs one.
All right, here we go.
Again, and this is the thing I noticed. I think the schedule makers really screwed up here because they're going to give those people that not just the teams, but they're going to give that crew that works at SoFi Stadium. Man, they're going to be so busy this week. We got the Cardinals and Rams, and then you got the Raiders and Chargers all at the same stadium. Dude, that crew staff is like, okay, wake up, go to the Rams game. Okay, clean up. Okay, we'll see you here in a few hours to open up again. It's like, oh my God. So to me, here's the deal. Let's talk about this first game. Cardinals, Rams. Both 3-0. Mm-hmm. They're both tied for the division.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals escaping Jacksonville, which could have been very ugly after that kick 6. But Jacksonville in Jacksonville fashion said, we got this. No, you don't. And the Rams, I know people are looking at that score against Tampa Bay saying, 34-24, not that bad. No, it was pretty bad. It was pretty embarrassing. The Rams just handled Tampa Bay last Sunday. So
what I said.
Yeah, what you called? Which you called. I did call for the Rams to win last week. I just thought it was going to be closer than that.
I don't trust Tampa Bay. Yeah,
I know you don't. I know, but here we go. We got two teams. This should have been the Sunday night game right here,
it really should have.
but because the Chargers and Raiders got Monday night,
Yeah,
not a lot of time to clean up.
yeah.
So we're all settled for 1 in the afternoon. Look, Cardinals, Rams. The Cardinals are trying to prove that they are the new top dog in the NFC West. The Rams are trying to prove this is why we're going to keep staying on top. So this was a hard game for me to decide.
What did you decide?
Because it's like, man, did the Cardinals learn their lesson? And are the Rams still on that high, tide? Are they still feeling good? Like, are they reading the news clippings that the Rams are going to go all the way to the Super Bowl now? As much as I hate to do this, I should know better. I'm going to go with the Rams here. But it would not surprise me if Arizona does come in and win if they beat the Los Angeles Rams. I should know better after a high win like that. But I'm actually going to go with the Rams because I just trust the Rams defense just a little bit more.
All right. The Rams coming off of a very impactful win against Tampa at home. And Arizona didn't look the best against the Jags.
No.
Last week. Maybe some people could say, maybe looking forward to this game. Maybe that's probably why they came out so flat against Jacksonville. They were looking forward to the Rams game. It was like, oh, got the Rams next week. We got Jacksonville this week. We don't really care. We're going to win this game. Came out flat. Still won, but it wasn't the best performance. What do I go with this? Well, this is pretty much how I throw it up in the air. It's like, give me Arizona. Because as much as Rams did beat Tampa, and I knew they were going to beat Tampa really bad, and I knew it was going to happen that way. That's an emotional game. It is what it is. It's a very emotional game because you wanted to prove a point. We're better than you, and we're going to be the number 1 seed. And look at us now.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the way Arizona played last week, it's no way in hell. If you did look forward to this game, you come out that flat again this week. And this is going to be
they can't afford that.
And this is where they separate themselves a little bit from the NFC West because I got Arizona winning this game. I think Kyler Murray gets around a couple times, makes some spectacular plays. You can't cover every damn body. Just like the Cardinals. You can't cover everybody. Somebody's going to get open. The problem with that is Arizona's going to get open a little bit more because Matthew Stafford is still a damn statue. If he stays in the pocket a little bit too long, Chandler Jones is coming. And you're going to put who on Chandler Jones to pretty much keep him from getting to him? Andrew Whitworth? Like, that's not going to work. Like, Chandler Jones is coming. I think he gets to Matthew Stafford a little bit more than Aaron Donald gets to Kyler Murray. I got Arizona.
Okay. Yeah, and like I said, this game is really 50-50.
It really is.
It's like, okay,
I like the last game, San Francisco, Seattle. Because
I also like too is it's so weird when you look at this game. Both dynamic offenses, high flying offenses, both defenses that can get to the quarterback and can make a play when they have to. And they have two amazing kickers on both sides. Matt Prater and Matt Gay are two amazing kickers.
Yeah.
So really, hey man,
Who
go
knows?
out there and play and let's see what happens. Like, and you know my rule. I always go for the home team when it's too close for me to call. I just add the fan. Now it's the fan factor, and it's like I think the fans of the Rams are just a little excited, and I think they're ready to rock and roll. So we'll see. It should be a good game still.
And I think because of the height of last week's game and the way Sean was running off the field during halftime, like it was just halftime when the damn kicker missed. You could tell that mattered to him. That game mattered more. And I think a little flat in this game. I think because of that and the excitement that you had last week, Arizona catches you slipping because now they like, we can't have that same game we had against Jacksonville. So Arizona wins.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm excited to see what people think. I can't wait to see. Go back to our Instagram page and see who they got. All right, because this is going to be interesting.
It's going to
It's
be
going
hard.
to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, next game, and it could be. It depends on who you're talking to. Steelers, Packers. Listen, I don't know what Big Ben was trying to prove. Trying to run. The dude looked as mobile as a dead tree against Cincinnati. And the Packers came away with an amazing 37-second victory to kick the field goal, for Mason Crosby to kick the field goal. I don't know what Pittsburgh was thinking. I don't know if how can I put this? So Pittsburgh decided in one off season, well, other than Marquise Pouncey, because Marquise Pouncey retired, so I can't blame Pittsburgh for that. That was a personal decision. We're going to get rid of Alejandro Villanueva, David DeCastro, okay, and some other yahoos. And we're not going to draft an offensive lineman until round 3, Maury Green. And the rest of the picks we're going to use on defense. And we're not going to sign Mitchell Schwartz. We're not going to sign Trent Brown. We're not going to trade for Will Hernandez of the Giants. We're not going to trade. We're just going to go with it. And you know what we're going to do with our first round pick? We're going to take Najee Harris. I just read something today, and I want you to listen to this. I want you to really listen to understand what I'm about to tell you. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they are the 7th worst. 7th worst, okay? Remember, there's 32 teams. 32 teams. They are the 7th worst offensive line ranking unit in the NFL. They are number 1 of tacklers getting behind the line of scrimmage for running back plays. Meaning, Najee Harris has nowhere to go because they are dead last because the defensive line and front 7 is getting back so fast, Najee Harris can't evaluate which hole to hit. He can't process. They are the 7th worst offensive line unit. They're getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. This is the number that's killing me. 73%. 73% Najee Harris is getting hit behind. That's why they're doing passing plays. So when people say, why does Najee have more receiving yards than rushing yards? This is why, ladies and gentlemen. This is why. And what do you think the Packers do very well? They know how to sack.
Yeah.
They know how to get to the quarterback. Kenny Clark knows how to get there. Preston Smith knows how to get there. You thought them getting to Jimmy Garoppolo was bad. Wait till you see when Pittsburgh has to go to Lambeau Field and they have to see that defensive side of the Green Bay Packers. Now, granted, their secondary is awful, whatever, mediocre, whatever you want to call it, other than Jari Alexander. Granted, fine, whatever. But who in the hell thinks that Big Ben's going to have the time to find either Deontay Johnson or Chase Claypool? This is why I did not understand. You're bringing back a quarterback, and if you are ready to move on, let's start the process now while the season's still young. Put in Dwayne Haskins, and let's see what's the worst that could happen. You lose again? Give me a break. Give me the Packers over the Steelers in this one.
I hear a lot of anger in your voice. Was it because you chose Pittsburgh when I chose Cincinnati last week, and I told you I don't trust Pittsburgh? I told you I don't trust Big Ben. Is it that reason? Is it really that reason? Listen, the worst thing that can happen for Pittsburgh right now is if they wake up Sunday morning and find out that it's going to be super cold.
It's snowed in. Nobody can play.
It's going to be cold.
It's snowing in October.
which means Big Ben is going to have to throw the ball because they can't run.
I mean, oh my God, it's bad. It's so bad for Pittsburgh. And look, Pittsburgh is one of those organizations that knows when it's time to move on. It's time to move on.
I hope.
And
Oh
they did
my
not
God.
move on from Big Ben. They did not. That's what kills me more than
Listen,
anything. And it's
this
like, that's why I got Packers over Pittsburgh. It's not
the
even
it's
close.
it's 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 literally watching the end of a career. It's like this is like Eli Manning when he was with New York. Like,
You
but
knew it was over.
but they didn't draft Daniel Jones. It's like, dude, where's your Daniel Jones? Like, even if he's not a quarterback that you want or you didn't strive to go get, he could be a bridge quarterback. You just got to get some goddamn body. That is where this is kind of stupid. You didn't help the offensive line. You don't have anything to help the offensive line. Instead, you draft a running back with your first pick. And now that running back looks like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I have no running lanes at all. I have to catch the
No,
ball.
because they get closed. They
And
get closed.
this is really bad. Like I said Monday, I want Mike Tomlin to get fired, not because he's been doing a bad job, because he deserves a better fucking team. Like, this is just embarrassing, man.
And here's the thing. It's like, look, man, I get it, Big Ben. I trust you, and I know you want to play. But it's like, dude, if I'm Mike Tomlin and I see that again,
And I
is there
saw,
conversations now where do you pull the plug and try one of these guys?
and I'm gonna be honest, I saw a quote that said Big Ben. I heard a quote saying people were saying Big Ben thinks, "Oh man, I'm old. Like I'm really bad at this right now." Yeah, you was kind of bad at it last year. What the fuck made you think come back this year? And people was like, it's his elbow. He's gonna come back better. It's way past the elbow, man. Like, this dude just isn't Big Ben anymore. And if you're not that, man, do you want to just continue to play, or do you want to step aside and let your team figure it out? Because it's
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
Green Bay wins this easy. I think also we don't know if TJ Watt's gonna play either still. And it's kind of like the whole defense. We saw last week with Cincinnati. You have no pressure. It's kind of easy pickings for the secondary of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have no pressure with TJ Watt. You have nothing. And if he's not playing Aaron Rodgers, you really want to go to Lambeau where he could just torch you for 4 touchdowns and damn near 300 or 400 yards? Because that's what's going to happen. Aaron Jones is going to go off. It's just, they're going to rout Pittsburgh, and it's not going to be pretty.
And we actually do have a comment. Let's see here. Smash. I hear his voice. Where he at? He's actually on my YouTube side. He's actually on YouTube this time. But I can try to get you in, Smash. Give me 1 second. I know you got something to say. So here we go. I always love when this dude comes and chimes in. And just in time, too. It seems like he's always just in time. Because the next game we're going to talk about, the Ravens. The Ravens.
Yeah.
Taking on the 3-0 Denver Broncos. All right, we're going to see how this goes. But look, that's the next game up. So we both agree. We both got the Packers over the.
Oh, yeah, we got Green Bay.
Yeah, so, okay. So next game. And it is so good to have my man Smash on here because it always seems on the dime, it always seems when we're getting ready for the Baltimore picks. Here you are. Here you are, man. How you doing today, Smash? What's going on, man? Talk to me.
Chilling, man. Chilling.
All right. Well, let's get to it. So we got the Baltimore Ravens. They're 2-1. Okay. We got the Denver Broncos. They're 3-0. Now, a lot of people are giving the Denver Broncos a lot of heat. They haven't really played anybody. Their teams that they beat are combined 0-9. Yada, yada, yada. My thing with all that analytic bullcrap is this. The Denver Broncos beat who they were supposed to beat. They did their job. All right, that's great. The Baltimore Ravens, listen, man, like, I don't know where people got the assumption that because they're hurt and they were going to head over a lot of IRs that they were going to go down. This is still the Baltimore Ravens. Like, this is still like, I don't know where the people got the assumption that people were thinking, well, he's down, he went down. No, the Ravens are still competitive as hell. I don't know where you got the assumption. Now, just from a couple scares, though. I mean, they did escape Detroit because of the 66-yarder, but they're still competitive. I don't understand where the narrative came from that they were going to go down. Like, that was dumb. Like, no, they're still going to play. Like, are you kidding? They're still the Ravens. Like, so now this is a good test for the Denver Broncos itself. Let's see how legitimate you guys really are. So, Smash, go ahead. Who do you got, man? Do you got the Ravens?
The best Russian team versus the best Russian defense, huh?
Exactly.
It's gonna be tough.
Oh, yeah. But on the bright side, we'll finally get to see Rashad Bateman, which I'm kind of excited about. Miles Boykin is now back in the fold. So it seems little by little, you guys are coming back healthy, and it's going to just in the nick of time.
I got the Ravens.
Okay. We got one Raven. So I know it's hard. It's going to be tough. But I believe if anybody can break the Broncos streak, it's going to be the Ravens, because I think they'll figure it out a way. They'll figure out a way to do it. What about you, Brandon? What you got?
I got Denver.
Oh, here we go. We got a Denver.
I got Denver. Ravens are a great rushing team. That's what they are. They're an incredible play action team too. We forget Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball down the field. But same thing with all these damn teams. Coming off of a super emotional high, like a 66-yard field goal, and now you're going to Mile High and play Denver. In that altitude, I don't know how much of a offensive stand you're gonna have in that type of game. I think Denver's defense wakes up again. It's gonna be a close battle. It's gonna be a defensive battle. It's gonna be a fight. But I got Denver winning this game. I think by a field goal. It's gonna be a very close game, but I think Denver wins this game. And I think Denver kicks a long field goal, like 54 yards.
Yeah, and in Mile High, those balls, they travel just a little bit, because of this altitude. Those kicks, those 44-yarders can turn into like 59-yarders just as easy because of the high altitude.
Yep.
Here's my thing about this game. Like I said, people want to give Denver crap because, well, they didn't play anybody. That's why they're 3-0. Well, last time I checked, those three teams they played, they were in the NFL too. All right, that's my thing. I never understood that narrative, but whatever. If that makes people go to bed easier at night, okay, sure, whatever. Go to bed easier at night. Keep thinking that. My thing is this: I believe in Teddy Bridgewater. I really do, but I cannot believe him this week because Bradley Chubb's dealing with an injury. Von Miller kind of came up on the report a little bit too. And the front four is really not as cohesive as quickly as I thought it was going to be. And I think the offensive line for the Baltimore Ravens is finally getting it together. And that's why I'm going to go Baltimore in this game. I'm going to go Ravens over the Denver Broncos here. Not by a lot, but I would be surprised if it's double-digit wins. I would say 7-6 at the most. Anything more than that, it's like, what happened? Something must have happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got Baltimore in this one. So, it's just what it is. Now, here we go. Here's the game that everybody's talking about. This is the game that is getting like how do I even put it? They're getting Super Bowl like coverage. Mm-hmm. That's what they're getting. Because it's Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading into Foxborough. They're getting Super Bowl coverage. And listen, put all the elements you want together. Bill Belichick versus Brady versus, Robert Kraft, how is he going to get responded? Is he going to get cheered? Is he going to get booed? Everybody, this is the game that everybody's waiting for. Everybody's talking about, yada, 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 yada. Let's just cut down right to the chase. This is just another game, in my opinion. Because it's not like New England's blowing anybody out of the water. Tampa Bay is the defending Super Bowl champions. Yeah, they look terrible last week against the Rams. But they're still the reigning Super Bowl champions. Mm. It would be one thing if New England made it to the playoffs last year, but they didn't. And New England, again, is looking just like another team. Even with Bill Belichick, they're just looking like, hey, you're getting to a status quickly to the point of you're just another team, dude. Like, it's hard to go from Brady to Mac Jones. Like, that's a because we don't know Mac Jones's career yet. So it's not as high as people think it is. It's not like the Super Bowl. It's not like it's Super Bowl 55 for God's sakes. It's just Sunday Night Football Week 4. The only element is Tom Brady returns to Foxborough, and I expect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to handle the New England Patriots soundly. Smash, the floor is yours, man. What you got?
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna get ready. I gotta get ready for work while I just walked into work. So I'm gonna send the rest of my picks in. But for this one, Tom Brady's not losing. I just don't see it. As much as I hate Tom Brady, he's not losing. This game means too much to him. He didn't say it though, but it do. He's not losing. They're gonna beat their ass. Not even close. Not even close. I say New England's gonna win by at least 4 touchdowns.
Wait, New England or Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay.
Okay, I was gonna say, whoo, 4 touchdowns. That's
I got Tampa Bay. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to send the rest of my picks in, and I'll catch you fellas
later on. Smash. Yeah, so that's sort of my thing. It's just week 4. It's week 4 Sunday night, and like I said, it'd be one thing if New England was still playoff worthy, which they're not. They're not. And, and not to sound like I'm a hater or anything, but it's like, dude, this is exactly what was bound to happen. You let go of Tom. Tom showed to you that he could still win a Super Bowl. You just didn't want to build around him for whatever reason. Bill Belichick played finally the card of I'm smarter than everybody else in this room, finally caught up to him. And now he's looking like the head coach he was in Cleveland. He's just, like Shannon Sharp says, he's just a jag. Just another guy, man. And I get it. When you were the defensive coordinator for the Giants and you made that Hall of Fame defense, stop the almighty Buffalo Bills offense. This isn't it. This is, dude, you have to figure it out. So I wish New England the best, but I can't, especially the way Tampa Bay lost last week. Can't see it this week. Not with Mac Jones. Give me Tampa Bay, not even close.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Tom Brady is legend. He's the GOAT. He's the guy. That's what he does. Big moments. This is his thing. This is what he do. He's going to get his ass whooped Sunday night. And it's not like you don't know it. Because you know it can happen and it's going to happen. Do I trust Mac Jones? Hell no. Do I trust that offense? Hell no.
You trust New England defense?
Do I trust Bill Belichick? Yes. I trust Bill Belichick. I trust Bill Belichick way more than Bruce Arians.
Okay, that's fair.
And I think Tom Brady is going to be emotional. People could continue to act like he's a fucking robot. No, he's going to get emotional. He's going to be so damn apt to beat this man that Bill Belichick might be thinking, it's just another game to me. And nobody expects us to whoop your ass. Nobody expects us to beat you. Tom Brady and them are going to go out and they're going to score crazy. They're going to come out. I think it's going to be a blowout early. 17-0. Tampa's going to feel like, oh, we got this in the bag for time. It's over. Let's just cruise now. And that's where you fuck up because you can't cruise. And Tom Brady, even he knows you can't cruise on Bill Belichick. If you got a chance to stump on him, you better stump on him. And he is not going to take that.
My thing is this. I can understand his first year because the defensive players left and everything. Was Mac Jones really that much better of a choice than Cam Newton?
But here's the thing, and I totally agree, that, like I just said, I don't trust their offense. I don't trust their offense at all. I mean, they just lost James White for the rest of the year. I don't trust their offense at all. But I trust Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady's mind versus Bill Belichick's mind. Let's really see how this goes because that's exactly what this is. So when you say it's not, usually when we say it's a coach versus a player, no, this is literally a coach versus a player. Like, Bill Belichick is coaching that defense. You don't think he wants this more than Tom does?
Of course, they both do. They both have us proved. They both have a.
And I think that's the thing. Like the defense of the Patriots want this too because they got to prove.
Yeah, but here's the thing: who knows that defense better than Tom freaking Brady?
Well, who knows Tom Brady better than Bill Belichick?
And
that's where this kind of gets.
This is what's going to happen.
But
my thing is this. This is sort of my thing. Eventually, the offense has to step up, and New England's offense will not. I know Tom Brady. The Tampa Bay defense secondary might be terrible, but they'll make a play when they have to, and Tom Brady will find a way. It's just what he's done.
I think last week against the Saints, I think Mac Jones needed that. I think he needed that. I think Bill Belichick needed to see that because it's like, dude, you need to have a game where we can't just continue to handcuff you. You got to do something.
And look what happened.
And I think
we took the kids menu away. We gave you the adult menu, and it went everywhere.
But that's
everywhere.
But
that's
against a team like us, just in case to see, because our secondary is way better than the Tampa Bay's.
Well, yeah, definitely. That's
so that's where I think this kind of gets a little bit. Listen, man. I don't know, man. I just don't trust this game for Tampa, man. I think it's just too damn flimsy. I think that because it's so emotional, and it really is emotional for both men. I just don't see Tampa winning this game. I don't know why. I don't know, man. I think Tom Brady I think the game's gonna be a blowout early, and then somehow, some way, Tom Brady starts feeling himself. Bruce Arians like, let's call this play now, and throws a goddamn pick, gets it picked off, ran back for a touchdown. It's like, God damn it, what the fuck were you doing? like shut up.
I get it. Now, it's like I said, I just think people need to like really sit back and really think about this. This isn't Super Bowl 55.
It isn't. And I agree. It's not a Super Bowl, but to those two men,
this is it.
It's bigger than a Super Bowl.
Because we both know as fans, this is the only time we're ever going to see Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick.
This is
it.
This is literally it. Yeah.
There is, like, I'm sure we can name you plenty of movies that only had one movie, and it's like we never got another sequel. And it's a damn shame because it was so good. You know?
Or the movie was so damn good, why we needed a sequel?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's one of those things. We're all going to tune in. America's going to tune in.
Of course.
I just don't want. The way what I'm saying is the only people that really care for this game, people from Boston, and the Tom Brady family. Other than that,
Tom Brady fans.
Other than that, that's about it. I'm treating this as
a regular game.
Sunday night with special circumstances. That's it. It ain't Super Bowl 55. It's not.
Hold on. Okay, clearly we know who you picked. Tampa. I picked New England. Let's move on to your game of the week. The real game of the week for you, Raiders.
That's the game of the week?
That's
the game of the week?
That's your game of the week because I know.
My game of the week is the Rams versus the Cardinals. I can't wait to see that one.
That's a good one, but I think this one's a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
I do think the Monday night game is a little bit more interesting.
Okay, well, let's get into it. So here we go. So we got the 3-0 Las Vegas Raiders. I cannot believe I'm fucking saying that right. We have the 3-0 Las Vegas Raiders taking on
believe it.
taking on the 2-1 Los Angeles Chargers at SoFi on Monday Night Football. Now, if anybody watches me and follows this YouTube channel, I have a show with my brother. We did it yesterday, and we talked about it. What I'm looking forward to this game is one of those Monday night matchups where finally these two teams are up and coming, and it's like this. I expect it to hopefully be one of those Monday night matchups where I can remember it, like the whole Green Bay catch. He did what? Brett Favre on Monday night. The Steve Gleason punt, Monday night moments that you'll remember 10, 15, 20 years from now. That's the kind of matchup I'm looking for. And as I talked to my brother about this yesterday, and I said it on the show. These two teams, when you really look at it from the outside in, look at the quarterbacks. Derek Carr, Justin Herbert, both playing phenomenally, really well. Sure, Justin Herbert had a couple hiccups, but so has Derek Carr. But they're both really talented. If Josh Jacobs is good to go, you got Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler. Can you really go wrong for either one of those two when they're both 100%? Then you got the wide receiver group, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, who is turning out to be an amazing duo, versus Henry Ruggs and Brian Edwards that are finally showing out and why they got drafted where they got drafted. Then you have tight ends, longtime veteran Jared Cook, who's no slouch, former Pro Bowler, he is no slouch, taking on Darren Waller, who is now considered a top 5 tight end in this league. You have both offensive linemen who have established left tackles because Colton Miller and Rashawn Slater are both established left tackles. That's enough of that. Colton Miller is one of the best, and Rashawn Slater should win, should split it with Penny Sewell if they keep playing the way they play. And, you both have centers. You have questions at center, you have questions at right tackle and interior. Then you look at the defense. They're both getting after it. And special teams, they're both top 5 in their respective areas. So really, when you look at this matchup, it's just the only difference that is they're wearing different uniforms. That's it. When you really look at this matchup, it's just the only negative about the Raiders, well, both teams respectively, is this. For the Raiders, it seems they're getting too comfortable giving away points because they think they can do that and they can catch up. You can't do that. Okay, 2 out of the 3 games, they have dropped to 14-0, and then they managed to come back and win. The Chargers are one of the teams that is one of the only few teams in the NFL right now. Their rushing attack, they're allowing running backs to get 4.8 yards a carry. Now, if Josh Jacobs comes back, now granted, the offensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders is pretty bulimic when it comes to rushing the ball. Because passing, they got no problem. They got no problem passing the ball. Yeah. It's running is where it's at. Peyton Barber was the sole savior of that running game against Miami. And this is a game I literally went back and forth with. But I'm going to stay face, and I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers in this game. I just think I know it's going to be a home game for the Raiders, but I just think the Chargers might get them. I think the Raiders could come back to earth this Monday night.
The man has little faith in his team. It's a shame. Look, these games, this is the type of game that can go even either way it goes. But you said something that you didn't say without saying it. You said both of these teams are the same up until a point, right? Up until a point, right? The up until a point for me is coaching experience. You got a rookie head coach, Monday Night Football. Yeah, you're home, but you're going up against Chucky. You're going up against John Gruden.
You're really going to act like Chucky is really...
Listen.
Really? Okay, I'm listening.
This is a game that, let's be real, could be for the first place. Depending on what Baltimore Denver does, this could be possibly first place. Right?
Yeah, we're talking not just division, we're talking about conference as well. This changed landscapes for the conference for at least a week.
This has got to be, if I was John Gruden, this is the game that I'm telling my team, all right, we're 3-0. We have to put a stamp on our season right here, right now. What are we? Because if we lose to the Chargers, it was just cool. We're good at what we do. We can win these games against teams that we know we could whoop, we could beat. Cool. But if we really want to be the best team in football, we got to beat our division rival. And this is the best time to start doing that. I think the Raiders win this game because, yeah, maybe they can't run the ball like talking about it. But if you could just keep Justin Herbert on a bench for a good amount of time, you win this game. I don't see how the Chargers. If you run the ball, you don't blitz Derek Carr. And you said perfectly. The receiver-wise, both receiving cores are pretty tough. You really don't know who's, gonna do what. But I also don't trust Jared Cook. I don't trust Jared Cook. I just don't trust him. Maybe he has a great game because of what happened last year. I mean, a couple years ago when the Raiders just let him go. Maybe he comes out with a revenge game.
Waller, like he can't be that upset.
I mean, come on. But you never know. He might have an aggression towards the Raiders because he's like, I had a great year with you guys. You just let me go. I don't appreciate that. Whatever. But I don't trust Jared Cook. And we forget one person also, the X factor of all of it. Hunter Winthrop. Dude's a beast. Listen, I don't know who you cover if you're the Chargers. For the Raiders, it's pretty damn easy. Just double Keenan Allen. Let Mike Williams do what he does. And we're good. Like, that's it. Like, let Mike Williams do what he does. We're doubling Keenan Allen the entire game. I don't care what nobody says. Every way he moves, we're moving to with him. And that's it. That's the defense. Because if you can't get it to your number one guy, is it really that hard to get to the quarterback after that? Is it really that hard?
The way I see this game, it's going to be one of those games where, both teams, I expect them to play really tough. And I think hopefully my expectations does get met of being one of the best Monday Night Football games, not only that I've ever seen, but I've ever attended to. That's what I'm hoping for, because it looks like these two teams are ready to take off. But I just think one of them, both have something to prove. It's just they know they can't afford to lose because Kansas City is only not that far behind. So,
I mean, listen, Kansas City, until you fix your defense, I don't trust you.
But that's the thing. It's like, do you trust the Broncos as well? Do you? Every team in that division does have questions. Like, It's like, okay, are the Raiders finally for real? Can the Chargers finally string it together? Are the Broncos, did they finally find their quarterback they've been looking for? And can the Chiefs bounce back? Everybody in the AFC West has questions. It's just we have to see who can answer them.
But we can say that about every team in the NFL.
That's true. No, you're right.
Every team has questions in the NFL. Like, every team. Is Mac Jones really a leader of the Patriots? Does Tampa Bay's defense really stand up the next couple of weeks to stay in contention for the
shape? Yeah.
Like, does Jameis actually freaking be a quarterback finally and not try to be so goddamn gun shy? Like, it's a lot of damn questions we could use in this damn NFL. But I'm going with the team that I feel has the least amount of questions. But I do think the Raiders could be feeling themselves a little bit, and that could cause them to lose this game because it's like, look at us, we're 3-0. Like, bro, we're the best team right now. Like, no. Don't do that. And I think that's the one thing I'm banking on.
Now, if they go 10-0, then it's like, hey, we can kind of start feeling ourselves a little bit. Just a little bit.
I wouldn't even do it then. Because I'd be like, dude, you still got like 7 games to go. It's like you do. You still got 7 games to go.
It's a little. It would feel a little different. Like, oh man, we finally went over the hump of getting double-digit wins. Finally, when they should have had it last year, and it's like, oh, this is a great feeling. But let's see what they do on Monday night. Now, before we do go, the trading deadline is right around the corner. So, Brandon, as we sit here today, what is one move you think is going to happen that's going to shock the NFL world?
One move is going to happen that's going to shock the NFL world.
There's a lot of names out there, more than usual.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I don't think it's going to be a trade. I think it's going to be a signing. I think Cam Newton to Pittsburgh. I think we're going to hear it very soon.
Ooh.
Get that very soon. I think Cam Newton to Pittsburgh. Or, okay, I do have a trade. Why not? If you really are Mike Tomlin, you don't trust Dwayne Haskins or anybody yet. Hey, Houston, what you really want for Deshaun Watson? How much do you really want for Deshaun Watson? Because we got what you need. We can trade you some people. What do you really want? So, I mean, hey, if I was Houston, I'd pick up the phone and maybe take the Pittsburgh call because Pittsburgh out of all the teams seems like they're the ones that are the most desperate for a freaking quarterback right now.
But to the same conference,
It's like trading him to Miami. It's like, dude, you're gonna have to trade him eventually. Why not just trade him to a damn team that you know? Yeah, we may have to play him here and there, but at least we're not playing them 2 damn times out of the year. And we ain't getting to the playoffs no time soon. So we see him once, maybe every 4 years.
I don't think there's going to be a major trade. You know, they always hype up trading deadline. But just for the sake of our video, so we could try to get some views and everything, just for the sake of our video, so that way we can, you know, get some people to at least chime in or at least be intrigued by it.
Maybe.
All right. I have just one trade that I could kind of see pull off, but it would be kind of funky how they would pull it off.
Okay.
I have right now, if I'm San Francisco, I would call Dallas and see what I can get, not for Ezekiel Elliott, but for Tony Pollard. It'll be funky because it'll not be the running back that you think it is, but Tony Pollard can really fit in that Kyle Shanahan system. That's the one trade I think.
That's a really good one. Okay, got one. Hey, Arizona, if you're not really going to sign Chandler Jones, can we probably bring him to Kansas City real quick to see what we could do with him? Because we need some help. Good God, we need some help. We need a pass rusher. Can we maybe see?
Like, don't you got Frank Clark? Listen, man. Listen. Do you want picks or not?
Do you want a future or not? Okay.
Like,
be asking us questions.
Chandler Jones to Kansas City. I mean, that's not bad either. Like, that would be. And then honestly, the last one I would have to say for myself right now, just for SNSs, you know. Hey, Green Bay. You want to rip the Band-Aid off now or later? Because Pittsburgh's a calling, and I need a quarterback. Pittsburgh's a calling.
I gave a quarterback that completely is not even playing right now. And we know who is going to get traded eventually. Hey, Chicago. You wanted to trade for Russell earlier in the year. Like, what about now? You need help. We need help. Trade us Justin Fields, and you can have Russell Wilson.
I mean, hell, I'll even throw in Khalil Mack out there to help Seattle's defense.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that.
I would throw in Mack at this point if I'm Chicago.
I would throw Justin. I would give them Justin Fields, and I would give them maybe. Don't they have Fuller? Don't they have Kyle Fuller there?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a Kyle Fuller and Justin Fields. You can have Russell Wilson.
You'll have to throw in a third. Done.
You can have it.
Done. Here you go. All right, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I don't know. But again, I don't think Kansas City would call for Mac. I mean, they could. But it's like, do they have the cap? Like, do they have the cap for Mac? That's the thing.
That's a hard one. That's a different.
The Khalil Mack. The reason like people want to bring up Khalil Mack and trade talks is because we know he's not happy in Chicago. It's just, dude, your cap hit is making it really hard to trade you. Like when you left Oakland for Chicago, you knew what you were doing. You were going for the money, all right. And now that your cap hit is damn near, and like you're stuck in Chicago, dude. Like
really stuck. Like really, really stuck.
I mean, they can let you go next year, but it's like, dude, like you're getting paid used to being paid this. Once you get let go, no one's gonna pay you that anymore. So,
all right. I mean, depending on how this looks and continues to go. Hey, Miami, give us a couple picks, and you can have Jimmy Garoppolo.
We're in the money. But I will see what Jacoby Brissett can do. So
I would see too, but then I'll be like, you know what? Or, hey, Indiana, Colts, you don't really look good with Carson Wentz. You want Jimmy Garoppolo?
Like, I know you don't have a first. I know you don't have a first or second. But, you want to give me like 2 threes, maybe 3 threes or something?
Maybe a first in next year's, not this year's draft, but next year's draft, maybe.
You know, something.
Buffalo,
Give me
like,
something.
clearly, you just need somebody to throw the damn ball. Like, so give us.
That's Jimmy G to the core. Throw it. There you go. He doesn't even read. He just throws and just prays for the best. So
Just pray.
he doesn't get picked off. Like, but other than that, I mean, we're good, man. I mean, just got a shot. Just a couple games different. I mean, the only ones we did different was the Rams, Cardinals, Bucks, Patriots, and Ravens, Broncos. Oh, and the Raiders and Chargers. So just 4 games this week. All right.
Kind of weird.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man.
We shall see.
But man, Brandon, thank you again for joining me every Wednesday, man. It's always awesome talking to you, man.
Always, man.
Anybody out there, you can always catch us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Central his time. So
Also, our Monday recap of the Sunday games on Instagram Live. Check us on Monday mornings. We do talk.
Oh yeah, we talk how disgusting we feel about our picks.
Yeah.
And how Detroit cost me a parlay last week. But anyway, well, Detroit didn't cost me. Justin Tucker cost me a parlay last week, so because I thought they could cover, but it did not happen.
Also, Pittsburgh cost you because they trust Big Ben too much.
Yeah, Pittsburgh did cost me a little bit too, but that was tough. But we'll see what happens next week. But I will talk to you soon, my friend.
All right,
You have
man.
a good night, and I'll
You too,
talk
man.
to you soon, man. Take it easy.
You too, man.